We're Evan and Melanie, and we just survived our hottest week in the van. In an attempt to stay cool, we hydrated with ice-cold beers, swam in ice-cold rivers, and showered often with not-so-ice-cold water. And to top it off, we had our closest bear encounter ever. It was about time that Evan cut his hair.
I don't think this is normal.
From a scale of 1 to unable to function, how hot are you?
Bon appetit. Today we're having burgers on a tortilla because we do not have buns, with kale, avocado, and cucumber.
Spicy black bean burgers.
We're in Leavenworth and we're attempting to survive a heat wave.
It's about to be 100 degrees.
It is already 100 degrees.
Now he's gonna catch a fly.
We found a cool creek to hang out by, but the problem is the creek is in the sun right now, and if we step foot into the sun, it's literally like stepping foot into the center of the earth.
Accurate.
So we can't even go down to the creek right now. It's not too bad in the shade, but it's a little toasty inside the van with the doors open.
Only when it's shining.
Only when the sun is shining, and it's the sun is the issue.
But need an awning.
So Evan wanted that is why we need an awning. Evan wanted the solars in the sun, but then the sun was shining in. It's 90 degrees today, maybe 95, so we're having acai bowls for dinner.
Let's see them.
Surprisingly, I mean, like, knock on wood, it wasn't that bad of a day in terms of heat.
Oh, we were outside, but yeah.
These chocolate
We were
chips,
in the shade.
These chocolate chips melted together inside the bag. Leavenworth is a Bavarian-styled village in the Cascade Mountains in central Washington. It's also home to the Enchantments, which is said to be a world-class hiking and climbing destination. Bavarian towns are cute, but the Enchantments was the real reason we came here. But after realizing how hot it was going to be during our few days here, and the masses of people, and not to mention that all the trails prohibited dogs, we changed our plans and opted out of hiking. We decided to indulge in a tasty Hofbräu beer and Bavarian pretzel at the Bavarian Bistro and Bar. We topped it off with an arugula and apple salad and an Impossible burger.
What was that beer again? Hofbräuhaus.
Take 2, Hofbräuhaus.
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 After we finished up eating, we went down to the waterfront park in town, aka just a cute little river that runs near the village, and watched the tubers float by while Penelope played fetch. We left there with an urge to actually get in the water, so we headed out to Icicle Creek and took a little evening dip. It's a bummer that we didn't get to go hiking, but after more research, we found out that the best way to really enjoy the Enchantments is with a through hike of the 23.6 mile Enchantments Trail. To camp overnight, you need a highly sought after permit that is given out on a lottery system. I'll be adding this one to our list of future backpacking destinations, and hopefully we can win permits. Okie dokie. We just survived the hottest day in the van. What do you... Oh my... That water's gonna be so hot.
Yeah.
Is that water not so hot?
I'm just trying to cool off.
We just survived the hottest day in the van. It was 100 degrees within a 100-mile radius of us everywhere. So we couldn't escape it. And now Evan has stuck his head underneath the sink so that his hair is wet.
Feeling a little better.
Yeah, I told you. That's why I haven't taken off my wet bathing suit. Update from
Wait, what? Why are you laughing so hard? Why are you coming closer?
And you have this little curl right here. I haven't cut his hair. And you look so cute. You look straight out of like Saved by the Bell.
It's a Bavarian style.
You look really cute. I guess now you have to keep growing your hair out and just gel it until it can go into a ponytail.
Ooh. We're getting ready for another 100-degree day here.
Day 3 in a row.
Whew, we barely survived yesterday.
Last night, that is.
Last night, yeah. It was like 90 degrees at 12 o'clock at night. It's hot. It's hot.
And for the record, we're in the mountains.
For the record, we need cold smoothies.
Did it work?
I turned my inverter off. I turned my inverter on. Just got closer to a bear than we've ever been in our lives.
100%. And we thought we'd been really close when we were in Jackson Hole last year, when we were like 25 yards from it.
Yeah, we were just mountain biking and it was off the trail a little bit. But this one was, I mean, I was a foot away.
We were a window away. That's all that was between us. And then I quickly locked the car. We lock the car every night thinking, oh, perhaps a bear could show up and a burglar. But yeah, we didn't expect 10 a.m. to be
bear
the
time?
time when we needed to have our car locked as well.
It's kind of hot out there too.
It's so, in case we haven't mentioned, it's so hot.
Now that my adrenaline was pumping from that bear encounter, I headed for a quick bike ride nearby. That was Frood Canyon. Now we gotta go get to some creek or something. It's hot. From a scale of 1 to unable to function, how hot are you?
Pretty close to unable to function. Luckily, we're inside in the shade, but in a moment when we go outside into the sun to get to this little river spot, it's hot. Like, this is the kind of stuff you experience only in Phoenix, and to remind you, we're in Washington.
Washington! It's 110 degrees!
At least in the sun. We're down at the Icicle Creek or river, and the water is perfect temperature for a 100-degree day. I think if it was like 80 degrees outside, then this water would be freezing. Now the concern is this is perfect conditions for a sunburn because your body feels cool since you're in the water, but your shoulders are exposed. Evan found a little shady hideout. Wow. Oh, Nelly. No. Careful.
Look what you caused. That was mayhem.
Get in.
The current's so strong.
I'm not asking you to swim, I'm asking you to dip in.
Oh, do it like a squat thingy?
Yeah. I told you it's hard to stay up with the current.
Also Nellie. Nellie doesn't like it when I swim without her.
That is true. We're going on hour 4, 5 of beating the heat. Now it's time we pull out the lawn chairs.
Coming to an end here of our 100-degree day. Our second. Third? Second? Oh, we're losing track. It's second or third in a row of like 95 plus. We're losing our minds a little bit, but we're surviving.
We're surviving and thriving.
Our final morning in Leavenworth, we headed back to Frood Canyon. We rode with the whole gang this time, since it was early and cold enough for the doggo to ride.
What did you do?
Again.
I said we're wrapping up here in Leavenworth.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Bavarian town.
we're getting some showers on the day. There's something in my mouth.
We'll talk to Melanie later. We're getting some showers, then we're gonna head to Spokane, where it's still 100 degrees. So I don't know. We'll catch back up.
We'll spoke about it later.
Yeah, we'll spoke about it later. So we just made a pit stop, grabbed some apples on the way to Spokane, and we got a gold ginger. I don't know why it's called ginger.
Ginger gold, actually.
Ginger gold. And
What else did we get? We already put them away.
Summer and
That's the name.
Sansa.
Oh, really? You just went for the weird names that we've never heard of.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Well, so far, ginger gold. Oh, how would you describe the taste? It's so different.
No, it's pretty mellow, I would say. Not too sweet. It was soft. It was like a soft apple.
It was really soft.
Almost pearish, but not quite pearish. So hopefully that makes sense. Oh yeah, here it is.
Huh?
What was it? Just like a bunch of
We
random...
went into like a Krog Street Market type place, which is like a big building with a bunch of individual little restaurants and stores inside of it.
But like small town farm style.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it was very similar to Krog Street, to be honest.
Cool. What'd you get?
So I could have gone with like basic donuts because you can always go with basic donuts, but I got an apple fritter.
Oh wow, more apples.
And yeah, I figured we'd stick with the theme and check this out. This bad boy.
Oh my god. That's the biggest one I've ever seen.
I couldn't say no.
That's huge.
Highway 90 on our way to Spokane, and it's all lined with farms I've always, whenever we pass farms, I'm always like, what are they growing? Unless it's corn, I really can't tell. Sometimes you don't know if they're growing apples or peaches or even oranges if it's far away. You can't tell the difference. But here, they have signs that tell you what they're growing in the fields. And so we're playing a little game of yell out every sign you see. It's actually very informational.
It's a one-person game.
It's a one-person game. It's very informational because now I know the difference between sweet corn and field corn. And what was the other one? Alfalfa. That doesn't look like the corn stalks, but and then we saw onions and lima beans and apples. Next round is, let me try and guess what the sign is going to say based on the field before I see it. I'm going to say that's sweet corn. Here's the sign. Grain corn.
New one.
That was a new one. They threw me for a loop. I hadn't seen grain corn yet. This is very informational. I feel like I'm really learning and distance learning.
Another sweet corn, bro.
That one's sweet corn.
Now that we're in Spokane, first things first, let's take care of some business.
Oh, it's so hot. What are we gonna do? Nellie, what are we gonna do? You know what? Sometimes the heat just wins. We've been sleeping in 80-degree weather at night for the past 2 or 3 days, and while we have survived, obviously, it's not been the most pleasant. We've never given in to weather conditions before, but we felt bad for the dog because she was feeling it pretty bad at night, just panting. So we decided to get a room all for her, and look, I think she approves. Someone's trying to snuggle up.
We just had our first hot shower in...
I'm gonna assume since Sedona.
Yeah. It's been a while.
And in case you guys didn't know, this thing sleeps under the blankets.
Yeah, hopefully
And
La Quinta's okay with that.
It's not per our demands, it's hers. Like, I hope you just saw that. She came up and was like, let me in.
You're not used to the cold. It was, 100 degrees the last 3 days. So.
Yeah, she doesn't ever sleep on the floor, but she did the last few days.
71's a little chilly.
No joke, though.
Seriously, I think I put it up a little bit.
It was about time that Evan cut his hair. So here we are.
I don't think this is normal.
Why?
I don't think people cut their hair like this at hotels.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Our other option is doing it outside in a campsite. Alright, so we stayed in the hotel last night and it was glorious and it was worth every penny. And now we're headed out and we're headed further north and east to try and get away from this heat. So we're going to Whitefish, Montana. We're probably gonna stop somewhere along the way, and then ultimately we're trying to get to Glacier. From there, we'll start making our way back south. Try to not get stuck in any snowstorms. It is August, but winter is coming.
It's 100 degrees.
It's fact check it is 93 degrees according to the van reader thingy. Yeah, it's hot. We were supposed to go mountain biking this morning, but spend money on a hotel. Why would we wake up early? Instead, I showered 2 times in less than 24 hours.
Oh, I cut my hair.
Oh yeah, and we cut Evan's hair. Check it. And I was gonna blow dry my hair and straighten it but it didn't happen. Just too much work for what? Quick lunch on the go. We're at a gas station, but we're starving on our way to Whitefish. So we made a salad, because I've been craving salad, it's so hot, with apples and some dressing, and what are these?
Tempo.
Tempeh. Tempeh? Stay tuned for next week, where we head to Whitefish, Montana to ride some local trails and splurge on lift tickets for their downhill bike park. We also drove the incredible Going to the Sun Road in Glacier National Park.